Chat, this is my old tablet, the CTH 480. This is the tablet that I used and then retired after the OSU World Cup. When I started playing in the OSU World Cup, or when I finished playing in the OSU World Cup, when I stopped playing in the OSU World Cup, I retired this tablet. I intended to like frame it and put it on a wall or some shit. Now it's wrapped in a plastic bag because I retired this tablet, archiving this. It's why I've left all the crust. I even put my old grip tape here in the bag. You can see how disgusting it looks. It's yellowing and shit. Is that fucking mold?
Mr. Quackalot, you were gifted a tier 1.
Wait, is that fucking mold?
Given 156 gift subs in the channel.
All right, it's in a plastic bag for a lot more reasons. Anyways, this is my old tablet, okay? And the reason why I retired it is because I was sick and tired of people worshiping this tablet. Everyone was using a CTH 480, and it was annoying because people thought that this was the best tablet, when in reality, it was only popular because every top player was using it, and it was getting a lot of hype because it wasn't released. You could not buy this, or they stopped producing it. You could not buy this anymore. You had to get it on third-party websites. You had to get it from the used market. There was like a fucking cult-like following over this tablet, and I hated it. It made OSU less accessible. So I retired it after the World Cup. I didn't feel comfortable swapping my tablet after or during the World Cup because it might make me shit at the game. Or I didn't want to like get used to a new tablet during the World Cup. So after the World Cup, I retired this tablet to prove that you can use another tablet. And the tablet that I switched to was the CTL 472. And not only was it cheaper, it was in production, but it was on Amazon. You could go on Amazon and fucking buy it. All right, it was great. All right. I intended to like frame this on the wall, but the reason why I have this out today is because I wanted to do a bit of analysis, right? I feel like the way that I've held my pen has changed over time.
And then you rank decayed.
Brother, I've set multiple new top plays, even after the CTH 480. Also, I decayed during the World Cup. When I was using this tablet, okay, I was in my tournament arc. This was after I peaked at rank 30. All right. My rank was going down well before that. Chat, the tournament arc was the beginning of my decay. Let's be real. All right. I got so bored. The reason why I started the tournament arc was because I was frustrated that I was ranked 30 in the world, but I didn't feel like I was the 30th best player in the game. I knew for a fact that there were a lot more than 30 players that were better than me at the game. And that frustrated me. So that's when I got like, what was it, blue pilled? Or was it the red pill? I forgot. That's when I was like, fuck this, dude. The PP system is broken. I don't give a shit. All right. I'm going to explore tournaments because I feel like tournaments are like a true test of skill. That's how I went on the tournament arc. Did that for like 2 fucking years. Competed in the World Cup. Got carried. Still feel frustrated because I feel like I did nothing. But have a couple badges. It looks cool. That's what matters, right? With that being said, I thought something was very interesting about this tablet because this tablet has a taper at the edge. And when I swapped it to the hold on, it's hard to show this. Oh, there we go. It's focusing now. This has like a taper at the edge of the tablet, meaning if you rest your wrist on it, it's not going to be like as uncomfortable compared to other tablets where it's just like a fucking, like, it's like a slab, you know, right? Like if it's a slab and your wrist is resting against it, you feel the corner dig into the side of your wrist. Whereas a tapered edge is a lot more comfortable, right? I didn't realize this, but that taper, I feel like played a lot more important of a role in my playstyle than I thought. Because here's something that I noticed. After I switched to the 472, I think my wrist started drifting on my tablet. I know that sounds fucking weird, but take a look at this. Here's how I hold my pen to this day. It looks like this, right? However, let's take a look at where my old area is. My old area is right here. But where did I hold my wrist? Well, let's take a look. You can see that my sweat my juices have permeated into the bottom part of this tablet. That's because that's where I rested my wrist. Pre-2020, that's where my wrist rested. And guess what? That means when I played Osu before, I played Osu like this. This was the default position of my area. However, in my current area, it's now like this. This is the default position. It's like lower. So I was thinking about this. I was like, I wonder like if there's a difference. And I'm thinking that because I've been playing with my wrist on the tablet, my wrist has been like sliding upwards. Like it used to be like this, but as I'm playing, my wrist has slid upwards and I've like gotten used to playing like this instead of how I used to play like this. Does that make any sense? But I thought that was fascinating. I just wanted to like bring this out to like confirm a theory. Because I'm wondering if this indicates that I should go back to where my default position was much higher. Whereas I now play like down here. Interesting, right? Interesting. Now, why does this matter? I think it matters specifically because of this taper. Because I used to rest my wrist on this taper, that tapered edge prevented my wrist from sliding upwards like this. So now I'm thinking because I'm using a PTH tablet, which once again introduces a tapered edge, the CTL 472 does not have a tapered edge. You have to rest your wrist on the tablet itself. Otherwise, the edge will dig into your wrist, right? Because this has a tapered edge, I'm wondering maybe I could try going back. That's why I put the grip tape down here. I'm trying to see, okay, let me try putting my wrist back on that taper. Let me try going back to like the old way. Basically how I used to hold my pen, which is literally, according to this as a reference point, it's just my area just higher. It's just higher up. That's interesting. Because like the last like 5 to 6 years has been, I don't know, dude. My aim has been very inconsistent. I always have to warm up for hours on end in order to figure out how to hold my pen, and it's frustrating. Whereas I didn't used to have that problem. I used to just sit down and play Osu, and it was fine, you know? The taper thing is cope, but the area placement is a piece of information. Who knows? This might all be cope, all right? But I do think it's interesting. It's interesting that I have a piece of concrete evidence of how my playstyle has changed. Actually, no, I have a more clear piece of evidence. Here, this is it. So like, this is the tablet that I used to use. I would rest my wrist on the taper, and then my fingers would be higher up, okay? This is how it'd be. You can see the square of where my area was. Keep in mind, my area was bigger, okay? It used to be 115 millimeters. I'm now playing on 102.6 or something like that. This is how I used to play, all right? But now, take a look at where my wrist rests now. You can see it's right there. So if I put my wrist right here, you can see my area has shifted down. Could this be the reason why my aim is so inconsistent? I don't know, man. Like this is the fucking stain that my wrist has placed on this tablet. I don't know. It's something interesting.